I've assessed and treated over 1,000 kids in your country and mine, and I have not one time met a bad kid. Not one time. I spent 10 years in a locked psychiatric inpatient unit for kids, some of the worst you can imagine. Hitters, kickers, biters, the ones that tell you to fuck off. Those are my babies. I love those ones. When I coach minor sport, my favorites are the one that do snow angels on the ice, and they're like giving the finger to the ref. I bring them. I love it. Because here's the question we ask all the time about our players, kids these days. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? For 10 years, that was the psychological practice on a locked psychiatric inpatient unit, one of the centers of excellence. We would say this all the time. What is wrong with you? You got the ADHD. You got the bipolar. You're not making good choices. Do you know what we would never ask? What happened to you? And when you switch that question from what is wrong with you to what happened to you, what changes is your empathy as you lead people through big emotion. And when you are emotionally regulated, when you're calm, you have access to everything you've ever learned. How to take a wrist shot, how to play that D475 fucking deal there that he was talking about. I was so lost. Where does F3 come from? Who the fuck is that guy? Anyway, you can have all of those options. But if you are emotionally dysregulated, if you are not calm, if shit's going south at home, right? If somebody's beating the shit out of you every night you go home, you will not be able to have access to anything you learn, okay? So people say this to me all the time. I didn't get into this business to be mental health. I don't want to deal with kids' problems. I'm a hockey coach. I almost made the dub. Fuck me. I have not had so much problems other than with minor hockey parents. Anyway, so what happens is we are now, this is my friend Adam Grant, okay? And he says this: we are playing by a set of rules that were established for a world that no longer exists. And I'll tell you those set of rules. They are basically this: you make a good choice, I reward you. You don't make a good choice, I punish you. It's how we were all raised, Kids should be seen and not. Yes, we do not want the people, the children, to be ridiculous. We would like you to make good choices, use your words, follow action, line up, say, thank you, coach, this was a wonderful practice, and go home. Do you know what? Kids don't have that ability. College students don't have that ability all the time. NHL players don't have that ability fucking ever. We are playing by a set of rules that were established for a world that no longer exists. And I'll tell you this is one of my heroes, Grace Murray Hopper, first female admiral in the U.S. Navy. She said this: the most dangerous phrase in the English language is "it's always been done this way." Because what happens in times of distress, I hear coaches say this to me all the time. What do I do with this kid? He's such an asshole. The Gen Z, Y, elemental Ps, they do not want to follow direction. They're all going, I'm crying and shit. When we get worried about mental health in kids and families and people that we are trying to coach and get the best out of, what we want to do is solve it. We want to fix it. And what happens is we only have the script that we were raised with, that we were trained with, that we were coached by. I have to do it the way I did it because it worked for me.